Hey guys, this is Sandra with Willow57. Thank you so much for watching today's video. My schedule, I've told you before, it's all over the place. And so it's Friday, not Wednesday with Willow. It's Friday with Willow, and it works, right? But today what I'm doing, I just wanted to, hop on and show you where I'm at and let you work along with me today on some things that I'm working on. This is my current journal that I have made that I am making ephemera for. As you can see, I haven't done much to it except get the signatures in, but I am already loving this thing. I just think it's going to be great. Obviously, there's a lot decoration still that needs to happen and all that, but that will come with time. But I do want to show you some of the ephemera that I have already made for it because I've got some really cute stuff. Kind of the theme of what I'm making. Just this, that, and the other. I love those. There's two of them. Here's the other one. Those butterflies, I think they're cool. Just kind of using up some of the stuff that I have. Here's another. I actually thought about doing a video with this, but I'm actually calling this journal my Pinterest inspired journal because I have gone through Pinterest and I found a lot of stuff on there that I really, really like, and I've saved it, and I'm just kind of going through and making my own version of whatever it was that I found on Pinterest. So this is a very heavily Pinterest inspired going to be junk journal. Well, at least the ephemera is. Some of it was stuff that I came up with, but still. So that's the ephemera that I have so far. And today what I'm working on are some little dangles. And actually, I think they're turning out really cute, and I'm excited about them. And I think I'm going to make a whole bunch of them up and have them available on my Etsy. I need to get a bulb clip for that one, but this is what I've been doing today, and this is what I'm going to do with you today, is make up some of these. It's not hard. You can use different materials. You do not have to make them look exactly like mine, by no means, but it's a good jumping start where I'm going to go from today, okay? I'm going to make them in two different ways so that you can see. I kind of played around with them to see what way I liked best. Like this, these two are kind of more like they're framed kind of way. And then when you do it that way, you get this that comes out of the middle that you can then make a smaller one out of. So that's kind of fun. Or you can just, do them like this, flat. I honestly think I prefer the flat ones. I think these turned out really cute, and I really like these little dangles. But these kind of remind me more of a specimen card, which I don't really want it to be. I want it to be more of like an identification card, right? Or some kind of file on somebody. So I kind of like the flat better. But I'm going to show you how I make both, in case you prefer the frame kind. All right, so let's get cracking. What you're going to need is some cardstock paper. Here's a strip of what I've got left of that. Just this, kind of a tan color. Again, you can use whatever color you want. I am also using, these came out of what's that game called? Taboo, I believe. Taboo is the name of the card game that these cards came out of. But this one is very out of date. A lot of these, Taboo deals with things, current events and stuff. So a lot of these, would be things that are no longer current. So they wouldn't be. Anyway, I'm using these. If you do not have these are only 2x3 cards, basically. Okay, so you can, cut down something that's 2x3 and do the same thing. All right, so no worries. And then, okay, so you need cardstock. I'm doing this because it kind of gives it a little bit of a thicker texture that I like. And all right, so let's go. So you'll need that. You'll need, if you're going to do what did I do with them already? There they are. If you're going to do the frame kind, then I would suggest that you have a die cut that would cut that out, or if you have an X-Acto knife and a square, you could do it that way. It's just easier with a die cut, and you can get square die cuts relatively cheap on Etsy or Amazon, right? Etsy too, I don't know. So anyway, you can get them pretty cheap. So, but if not, if you want to cut it out by hand or with scissors or whatever, that's fine too. But I'm going to be using a die cut on that. Okay. You're going to need the pictures. I know that Tim Holtz has some people out there, pictures, and they're great, but I am using upcycled yearbook photos, okay? And I have them in various sizes. So that's what I'm going to be using for my yearbook. Oh, real quick, I wanted to show you last week, the video that I did was making handmade paper, or, sprucing up your paper, your boring cardstock paper. And so I just wanted to show you what I did with those. I made these little, isn't that cute? I have several sets of these. These are available on my Etsy. And then this one opens up. It's a little card. And I have this little T card stuck in there. And that holds that down. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you, this was something that we made last week, and I just really loved how this all turned out. And again, that is on my Etsy if you're interested in buying any of these sets, and I have them in different colors. So those are, I thought turned out really cute. So anyway, this is kind of what inspired, obviously, my journal, because as you can see, the journal cover is basically the same. I just really loved that painted. These are all hand painted and grunged, just black cardstock, and I just loved how that turned out. So if you haven't seen that video, go back on my channel and check that out, because that was fun. All right, so back to today. What are we doing today? All right, so obviously you're going to need inks, and you're going to need bulb clips if you want to do them like this. These right here are things that, again, I have die cuts for. You don't have to do those at all. The tabs I have a die cut for, and then you know, obviously use what you have. If you don't have something that I have, make it your own. It does not have to look like mine, okay? If you don't have these, then use, you know, here, let me show you. The hole reinforcers, okay? And those are simply just circles. So use those. But like I said, I went through and made a whole bunch of this kind of stuff for my stash, so I have those available to me. If you do not, then, you know, again, use what you have. Make it you. Make it yours, boo. But I'm going to show you how I'm doing it, okay? All right, so let's get started. Obviously, you're going to need glue. You might need a paper trimmer or scissors, but this is not, mine are not hard to follow along. Again, if you don't have these particular cards, use what you got. 2x3 is the size that I'm going with. You could just take 2 sides of this and stick it together, and it may be thick enough for what you're needing it to do. 2 pieces of cardstock would probably work fine. I just wanted mine a little bit more sturdy, so I added this card in the middle of mine, okay? All right. So then you just cut that off. You glue that onto the cardstock. All right. Now I'm going to show you, here's where the 2 different pieces come into play, okay? 2 different kinds. If you're going to make yours into a, like a frame, then you take and do that now, okay? You cut your frame out of this with this still back like that, okay? All right, so let me show you. Let me get my die cut. It fell the other day. My granddaughter was playing with it, and it fell on the ground. So it's kind of got a little warped, but it still works, so we're good. All good. All right, like this. So then you're going to take your piece that you cut. I hope this is in frame. I don't know that I've ever used my die cut machine in a video, so we'll see how this turns out. And you place it, you're going to want to place it kind of low enough because you're going to put a tab on the top, so make room for that. But I kind of like that vintage photo look with the frame around it like that. That's kind of how I envisioned it to start with. And so you kind of go like that. That's probably not perfectly straight, but you know, it's all good. Sorry for the shaking. That's why I usually pause the video while I do this, because it's just such a shaking. All right, so that now you have this and this, okay? And you're going to keep this because you're going to use it for something here in a minute. Let me get that guy. Oh, those things are so heavy. Gracious. Okay, so now you're going to have something that looks like this. All right, you're going to pick your picture, whatever picture you want. I'm going to go with this guy right here because he's handsome. He'll work, right? And we'll put him in there like that, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do before I do anything else, though, is I'm going to grab a stamp to kind of put a background stamp on this, okay? Now, you can use any stamps that you want. If you just have a script stamp, that would work great. I currently have, and I got this on Etsy, and I will try, I got this on Amazon, and I will try to remember to link this to you, but it is on Amazon. I don't remember the name. I'm sorry. I've lost the packaging to it, but I'll try to find it for you and link it below if I remember, okay? And it just has kind of different small scripts and, you know, like this is a check, just official looking stuff, right? And that works really good for official looking stuff that we're making. All right, I'm trying to find my inker, my ink block that I lost. There you are. Okay. So I'm going to use black ink on this, but you can use whichever you prefer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put this guy back in there just because I want him to have that same kind of look anyway. So why not do it all at once, right? I don't have to be perfect by no means. This is kind of just a background look, okay? So now you have that with that on the back, okay? You're going to lay that to the side. And then you're going to take your, well, let me put all this up. Get it out of the way. Hold on. Okay, get this out of the way for a minute. All right, and this can get out of the way too. So now, actually I knew that. What I would do now is take this and glue that down where I want it, okay? And it doesn't matter if it sticks out, you can cut that off. I want this framed, I want him framed pretty well on there, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my glue stick, and I'm going to glue the back of this really good. Well, I didn't mean that good. Goodness. All right. And then I'm going to bring him up here. And again, I'm going to frame him where I want him, okay? I think he looks pretty good right there, okay? So then I'm going to take this, sticky all over it, but that's okay. And I'm going to trim that down. And you can tell that I cut it a little off center, but that really doesn't matter in the end. It's all going to look okay. Okay, so then what I would do is take this and glue this down now to another piece of that cardstock. Okay, kind of smash that picture in between the two. So now I'm going to take more glue, put it all over the back of this. And then, oh, you know what? I forgot to ink this. I would have inked that first. My bad. Not the end of the world. Because it's all going to be grungy. So we can grunge it all up at once. Not a problem. All right, let me get a wipey for my fingers. I got that glue stick everywhere. Everywhere, I say. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to trim this down. Okay. Now, I prefer my corners rounded. This does not look square to me. That's okay. We're going to go with it. All right. I prefer rounded corners, so I'm going to go ahead and take my corner rounder and do that. If you prefer it square, I did do one square. Where's she at? I did one square just to see what I thought of it. See? And that's okay. I like her okay, but I prefer the rounded corners. And voila. Okay, so now let's crunch this baby up. I am going to use vintage photo, of course, because, you know, I want a vintage looking photo. Hey, imagine that. So I'm going to kind of grunge him up a little bit. And while that's still wet, I'm going to kind of move that around. It does not matter to me that that looks, you know, it's got that on there. Just move it around. Make it look like it's been there a while, you know. And grunge that baby all up, okay? And then you take, of course, you guys know me, I also take and round it with the black. Because that's the way, I like it. And I go grunge happy, okay? You can grunge yours as much as you want. I want mine to look like it's been somewhere. And it has a story to tell, okay? Who is this guy? Where's he been? I don't know. All right, now, it's pretty simple from here on out. You get your stamps. You're going to need your black. And you're probably going to need some red, if you have it. And you get out your stamp sets. Whatever you've got. I am going to be using both of these sets by Tim Holtz. I like them both a lot for this kind of thing. You know, the field ones. And I'm not real sure what this one's called. But, again, Amazon. They're all on Amazon. All right, so I want to start with a circular stamp. Let's see, how did I... Let me see one of these. Yeah. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start with a label. I want a label on this one. Oh my goodness. My labels are on the other side of the camera rod. Kind of hard to reach. That's all right. That's okay. We got it. All right, I'm going to use another one of these because I like this one. We're going to put that right there for now. And we're just going to glue that down. If you don't have labels already, it's not hard to make them. You can get a stamp or just cut a square and stamp on a square. Ink around it, makes it look like a label just fine, okay? Again, you use what you got. And I'm going to put this one over to the side a little bit, like this, because I don't want exactly perfect center. I'm going to use black ink to do this, okay? Voila, I like it. Get off some of that ink from there. Let's, I like the reserved for this. So let's go ahead and ink that. Stamp on there, reserved, like so. goodness, sticking to my page. Hold on. Time for a new page. Okay. Again, very grungy, but that's the way I like it. Okay. Then I would probably take some of these smaller stamped numbers or whatever. You can use words and just kind of add things around the sides like that. Okay. Make it look official. Serious. Ooh, I think I'm going to do this one in red ink because he's a level 95er. I don't know what that means, but that's pretty high up, you know. Is he a good guy or a bad guy? I don't know. I'm just a stamper. Yeah, that's looking cute. Okay, then I'm going to take a tab, and I'm going to stamp something on this tab this time because I want to. You don't have to. I just kind of like it the way it looks. I'm going to do a star and tag number down at the bottom. And then I'm going to ink this tag up. Grunge it up anyway. Can't really see it on that green, but you can a little bit. You definitely can in person if you can on the video. So it just adds to the flavor, right? Okay, so then I'm going to glue this on there. Like that. Okay, now, obviously from here, what I would do is punch a hole, put in the eyelet. If I want this again, to do that. Now, okay, I'll go ahead and do this one with you. I'm sure you all understand how to do this, but just to show you this one finished, okay? Let's be a finisher. All right, I'm going to go with gold eyelet, or brass, whatever this is, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so there's that. And then for this side over here, I'm going to use the little hole. Okay. And then I have these little tiny brads. Again, I'm going to use the gold because they're matchy-matchy like that. And I'm going to find me a little tag to put on there. Let's see what this one looks like. Look just fine as soon as you grunge it up. Right? Okay. Maybe a little bit of vintage photo in there as well. Okay. So you put the brad through there. Put the brad through there. You open that bad boy up. And voila. Just like that, you have created this cute little thing. Okay, now this one's plain on the back. This one I stamped on the back. You can leave it either or. I'm going to leave this one plain because I like all that grunge I got going on there. Okay, so there you go. That's how you make the framed one. And then you add a bulb clip. Cute, cute, right? All right, so let's make another one. Oh, let me show you what you do with this too. So then, basically, it's the same concept. It's nothing hard or complicated. I don't know where my other one went. I lost it. Oh no. Where'd you go? Here she is. Okay. So basically, I have these littler photos that also come from my yearbook, right? So you would grunge that photo up, you put that on there, you do some stamping, you put the eyelet in. Of course, you'd back it first with something. I've been using just some tea-dyed paper that I have. I like how that turned out on the back. Oh, I didn't know it on that one, but I have on other ones. Let me see. This one. See? That covered it up just fine. That way it saves some of my cardstock, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just do it. That's what I'm here for, right? That's what this video is about. Is you working with me to get things done. And this ain't done yet, so let's get her done. So I'm going to go ahead and do the backing first on this little guy. Get my little scissors. So I hope everybody's well out there. I have my schedule's again kind of all over the place right now with watching my granddaughter. So that's kind of why, again, it's hard for me to get in here and do videos on a certain days because I have to work around my daughter's schedule for work, and that's fine. So I'm enjoying my granddaughter immensely. She is a hoot. Funny because she reminds me of my oldest daughter. It's my youngest daughter's daughter, and I tell her all the time she's raising her sister. She is very creative. just like my oldest daughter. And she has an imaginary friend who's a leprechaun. And yesterday was Leprechaun's birthday. So her mama baked her a green cake, and we wore green. We had green balloons. We made him painted a rainbow, a wooden rainbow yesterday for him. And then we did some glitter. We did a shamrock and a rainbow and green glitter, all for her imaginary friend's birthday. So that was fun. She's a hoot. My oldest daughter also had imaginary friends. That's why she reminds me so much of her. Their imagination's just amazing. My daughter's imaginary friends were a boy and a girl. Joseph and Kristen were their names. And we set table places for them. We buckled them in the car when we went anywhere. And she had those friends, and we talk about them just about every day up until my son was born. And then they just went away. She didn't need them anymore, I guess. She had girlfriends to play with. She had a brother. So my granddaughter is an only child right now, so I'm curious to see if and when they have another one, if she's going to be like her aunt and won't need her imaginary friend anymore. It's just fun. Fun, fun, fun. So creative. And she loves it in my studio. She loves playing with my glue is what she calls it. And she's 2.5. All right, so then you would put that picture on there, okay? And just like you did the other, you'd stamp it up, make it look official. So let's do it, okay? I don't think I'm going to do a circle this time. I think I'm going to do something square. Let's do this. Let's do this. No. Yeah, like that. Yeah. I realize I did a square and red in that one too, but does not matter. One thing that I have learned that you do need to be careful with these pictures is the ink takes longer to dry on the picture part, so be careful not to touch it as much as possible. Obviously, again, very grungy, the look, so if I accidentally touch it and, you know, it smears a little bit, it's not the end of the world. Because we all know these are very old and have been through many hands, so. Let's do a claim check right there, and then we'll do the eyelet on this one, that side. See, these are really simple. I actually tried making one where I put a clear coat varnish over them. And I don't know if I just didn't let the ink dry or if it just, you know, the type of inks I'm using, if every time it's going to smear. So it just smeared really bad. It didn't turn out very good at all. You know what? I want one more thing, I think, on this one. Let's do this. I kind of want this crooked some way. Let's do it this way. Yeah. Let that dry a little bit. And then you get out your hole punch again. And you punch a hole. And again, I will go with a gold or brass, whatever it is. Because that's what I got the most of. Put a bulb clip in it, it's done, right? Cute, right? He's not quite as grungy as she is, but it's okay. They don't have to all be the same. All right, now let's do one of the others without punching the hole, you know, the frame. Okay, let's do a flat one. All right, and then we'll be done. All right, for the sake of the video and for speed, I went ahead and put one together that was, you know, I put the card in between the two cardstocks like I did with the one that we did together, like I did with this one. But this time, since I'm not punching the hole, I went ahead and put the back on it, okay, and stamped it. All right, so now what you're going to do from this point is you're going to take one of your pictures and you're going to cut it down with the die cut instead, okay? So I'm going to pause the video and do that because you guys don't need to watch me do that. I'm going to die cut this guy's face off, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My phone looks very crooked, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. It is what it is today. Okay, so I failed to mention too that if you know, have a smaller image, you know, you don't have to use a die cut on it. It would work too. In fact, I think I did one. Yeah, this one I did with a smaller image. So it just depends on which look you like better. Okay, I think I actually do like that look a little better personally. Gives a little bit more. Yeah. So there's the one I cut out. I can use it later. I'm going to go with the smaller one today. Okay. So the next step is going to be runch him up really good. Get that on there. Spread that ink out. Like my grandbaby's not having a good morning, good afternoon. She's having some trouble in there, if you can hear her. Things are not going her way. Okay, she's going to be all right. All right, so then I would take this, and because I like the corners rounded again, I would go ahead and do that. Chimp. And then, of course, the grunge, because we don't do nothing without the grunge. Nothing. Both sides. Like so. And then, of course, the black brings it all together. Completes it. Both sides. All right. So now we have this. I'm going to put this guy over on this side this time because I want to do different than I did last time. Basically, they all look the same. Basically, but a little bit of diversity here, okay? I'm going to put him right there. Yeah, like that. Okay, cute, right? All right, so then the next steps would be, just like before, we grab our stamps and we stamp and we make it look how we want it. I'm going to use this stamp now. I think I'm going to use the big one, circular. And I'm going to do this one in black. We'll do something else in red. Maybe even a different color. Oops. That's a little fudged, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Ooh, let's do a different color. Let me see. How about blue? Can I do blue? Let's do it. Guys, I can. Ooh, see? Blue can be cool. I think maybe one more little blue thing up at the top. How about book number 710? Right there. Bam. I like it. Okay, so now we need, let's do big 785. Where shall we do 785, you ask? I don't know. How about right there? I like it. Okay. I need something right there. I say, what shall we use right there? Okay, that'll work. I don't know who this guy is, but he's involved with lots of numbers. It's the number guy. Okay, lots of numbers. All right. So then, we're back to getting us a, let me see what colors I have left. Tab, 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 tab. Let's do a light one. I like it. I like it. So again, grunge this baby up. Don't really ink on that left, do I? That's okay. That's okay. And the black. And I'm going to do a stamp. I'm going to do the reserve stamp. Because I like that word. For these, I don't know why. I just, like they're reserved for a special day. Don't know why. I don't know why. All right. Come back. Put this little guy back over there, out of the way. Glue stick. Oh wait, I need you. Don't go nowhere. Don't leave me, glue stick. I need you. Those over there, though. Glue, 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 glue. Okay. And then again, we put this guy right on the top. Like so. My hands are so grungy that's why I like the grunge look. Because my fingers get stuck with all kinds of stuff on them, and everything I touch gets blacked and inked, and so you know, gives me an excuse to let my fingers go nasty, I guess. All right, so then we're going to punch a hole. This big guy right there. And we're going to do another one. And I think I'm going to do this one on the opposite side because this picture's on that side. So right there. Okay. And I'm going to find me a tag. I want a black one, I think. Do I have a black one? No, I don't. Okay, then let's just do another tan one. Okay. And let's grunge it up. That, and then the black one, like that. The little eyelet, let's see, let's do a different color this time. I'll do the copper again. I think that copper looks pretty cool, that gold. I mean, that blue, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's a good idea. Gives it a little bit different look. I like that copper a lot. Get that brad set in there. Good and flat. That guy in there like that. Sure, just like that. And then you squeeze it. You give it a big old hug with your eyelets. Okay. How cute, right? I like these things a lot. I think they're going to be... Let me grab some bulb clips. Hold on. I mean, these are just going to be great, easy little additions to folder. I mean, to a journal. They can be put on a bigger card or on a tab off a page. Cute. All right, let's clean this all up and see what we've got, shall we? And they're a lot of fun to make. They're just, you know, kind of brain dead activity, I guess, that I like to do. You know, if I'm completely honest, I love making the ephemera more than I actually love making the journals. if I'm completely honest, I like the journals when they're finished. It's just so much, you know, so much ephemera that has to be made for them that I can get overwhelmed with the process. But if I'm just making ephemera, it doesn't seem stressful. It's just fun. I can make a million of these. I can't put a million of these in one journal, but that's just me. All right, so this is what we've got. We made this one today together, and we made this one today together, and we made, oh, he needs a bulb clip too. That one today. Right? And these are ones I already done. So like I said, because I like making them so much, I'm probably going to make a whole bunch of them up and have some in my Etsy in the next few days. It'll be a couple of days before I get that done, but that's what I have. That's what we did. And I think they're great. I think they're a lot of fun. Can be used in a lot of different style of journal, you know, theme journal, whatever. Kind of the specimen card look or the ID card look, whichever one you prefer. And that's what we did. Thank you guys so much for watching and following along with me. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that I did, if I went too fast or skipped anything, just, you know, holler at me. Don't forget I have these adorable sets. Not all the same color. I have, I think, 5 of them in different colors. All 5 in different colors. So those on my Etsy. They're great. I love them. And then I'll have some of these soon on my Etsy. And in the future, I will have this baby with all this adorable ephemera I've been working on. Again, all of this is going into this journal. And maybe I'll get another video in because these were great. Again, these are probably my favorite. But all of these were inspired by different pictures and stuff that I found on Pinterest. So go have a look on Pinterest. They have a variety of. Just look up grungy ephemera, and it'll bring you up all kinds of fun stuff. And then you can just, you know, figure out how to make it. It's not hard. Not rocket science. We got this. Thank you guys. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.